Alright guys, friends to all here, and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be covering the Lenz and the build that I put together. So after using this weapon and farming it a couple of times, I can safely say that this is now my favourite bow in the entire game. The amount of damage that it deals out is absolutely insane, as you can see from the high drone footage that I'm playing for you right now. The way that you get hold of the Lenz, you have to research it in your dojo. The requirements for building the actual Lenz is pretty substantial. If I can remember rightly, it was 2,400 cryotic. I think there was was it 1,000 oxium? I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me on that, but it's pretty substantial anyway to actually get the Lenz built. So go ahead to your dojos, get it built, because you're not gonna regret it. The mechanics that I love about the Lenz is that when you first put the arrow down, it procs cold, so the enemies can't move out of your explosion radius, and then a couple of seconds later it does a secondary explosion which absolutely wrecks, as you can see from the footage. So I just wanted to put a build video out. I know a lot of Warframe YouTubers have been putting the Lenz builds out, so I thought I'd put my 2 cents into the pot, if you will, and show you how I built it and how I run with it. So without further ado, I'll jump into the simulacrum and I'll show you exactly how much damage this weapon can do. So I'll catch you in a second. Right, so I'm now in the simulacrum, guys. I just wanted to give you an idea how it performs against each faction and high level enemies. So let's jump into the build and I'll show you my setup. So this is a freeformer setup, and I've gone for serration, split chamber, heavy caliber, point strike, vital sense, speed trigger, infected clip, stormbringer for the corrosive, 10,588, and basically with the point strike I get 125% crit chance, 4.4 times multiplier. I've gone for a level 3 speed trigger because it's pretty decent with the 40% increase in fire rate. And I've also gone for heavy caliber because the accuracy, you don't really notice it, and basically it's like having a second serration. So yeah, this is, I could have put vial acceleration on and put another farmer on, but I didn't feel like it was justified, so I went for a level 3 speed trigger instead. So let me show you exactly what this Lenz can do. So let's spawn in some ancient. Actually, let's go for a boiler instead. We'll go for 5 level 130 boilers, and let's put Warframe invincibility on just for fun, because they're not going to reach me from over here. So you can, as you can see, the heavy caliber is not really affecting my accuracy though. It's pretty much landing exactly where I want to put it. Sometimes you do get the odd stray arrow, but it's definitely worth the 165% damage. So we'll spawn in some hardier targets. We'll spawn in a couple of grinier units just to see how we go on. So let's get them simulated. So as you can see again, you can see that secondary fire rate, the secondary explosion. So once it lands, it puts out a blast proc, which sometimes in the low level enemies it does kill them first time, and you don't even need the secondary explosion. But these high level enemies, I'm not even killing them with the second explosion. But it absolutely wrecks. As you can see, the red crits as well are fairly often because you've got 125% crit chance, which is pretty nice. And the 4.4 times multiplier again is going to boost your damage dramatically. I was surprised at how well it takes down Corpus Tex. I'm not going to lie, I didn't think it would be this effective. And what you've got to realise as well, guys, is I'm not switching out the elements here. I'm keeping my corrosive damage on. So, but let's see how it goes. So as you can see, all the damage numbers are insane, and it's just absolutely destroying them Corpus Tex. and if you look then, I'm sure that was a crit for say 63,000, but I have had I think 132,000 crit with this weapon, so it is pretty nasty. So I feel like it does, the damage does fall off a little bit, as you'll see in a minute. The 130 level corrupted heavy gunners, it does take a while to take these down, so I say it falls off, but it still does a huge amount of damage. And basically what you've got to take into consideration as well, as you can see, the heavy gun at the front here is nowhere near the blast radius and the explosion radius, so he's not going to be taking that much damage. But if I shift my focus onto him, or her, or whatever you want to say, it absolutely destroys the heavy gunner. So sometimes it depends where the enemies are grouped up, whether they're inside the blast radius or they're outside the blast radius. So the way that sometimes I like to run with the lens is with Nidus, and credit where credit's due, Tactical Potato first put this build out, and it's absolutely insane. So as you can see, you put your lava out, group them all together, and then literally put your arrow underneath, and it absolutely wrecks. So thanks Tactical Potato for that one. I run with it and it's absolutely amazing. So that's all I wanted to show you guys. Let me just show you the Nidus build quick. This is a max range and max efficiency build, so you can keep spamming it. You don't need to have prime continuity on if you want negative duration, because you want to spam that lava to group up all the enemies faster, but I like a little bit of duration, so that's why I've gone for that. But this is a 2-former Nidus build, so it's fairly cheap, to be fair. A Nidus is a hell of a frame, but pairing that with, so you get 30 radius and duration is 7.7 seconds, so ideally you want your duration to be a little bit lower, like Tactical Potato does. But again, I just wanted to say, rifle scavenger or ammo economy with this weapon is very poor. You only get 6 arrows, so you definitely need something to buff it. And just another thing to keep in mind with the lens is self-damage. As you can see now, absolutely wrecks you. So you do not want to be in that bubble when you have put it down. If you've got, obviously in the simulacrum, you've got Warframe invincibility on, then you're not going to die. But in mission, be very wary. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it for today. I just wanted to show you my lens build and how awesome this weapon is. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and I will catch you at the next one. Peace out.